Elon Musk, you will have noticed, took to his platform at one stage in the last month or so. He described you in somewhat personal terms, I suppose, Australia's censorship commissar. How did that weigh with you?
Well, he issued a dog whistle to 181 million users around the globe, which resulted in death threats directed at me, which resulted in doxing of my family members, including my 3 children. So I think with great power comes great responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australia's E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant is a cry-bully. She will shriek in pain as she strikes you. She's a manipulative, power-hungry tyrant who will stop at nothing to censor the internet according to her subjective standards. And the worst part is, our tax dollars fund her to the tune of $42 million a year, a figure that's likely to grow in the future, along with her scope of powers to strip the very Australians that pay for her tyranny of their online freedom of expression. Now, before I go on, I'd just like to quickly highlight something I saw in the Canberra Times the other day. Australia's online harms regulator eSafety receives daily reports from private social listening firm Meltwater to monitor community sentiment about its commissioner Julie Inman Grant. 26 Meltwater reports, released under Freedom of Information, show that eSafety receives daily reports, sometimes 3 or 4 a day, documenting social media posts mentioning eSafety or Julie Inman Grant. The reports, dated from 27 March to 17 April, contain anywhere between 71 to 7,881 mentions, totaling to over 8,000 mentions on several days. These include posts with reach as limited as 2 views. So everyone say hi to Julie. Hi Julie, we're going to be saying some mean things about you today, but don't worry, it's just words on the internet. Okay, good stuff. Let's go! Okay, so I spoke about Australia's E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant a couple of weeks ago. At the time, she was all gung-ho about fighting Twitter and Elon Musk over the removal of a video of a bishop being stabbed in Australia. She was trying to get this video taken down worldwide, and as of just the other day, she's given up this fight because it turns out an unelected Australian censor cannot dictate what is and isn't allowed on the global internet. So she's done this interview on the ABC, part of which you saw in the intro, and I don't know whether it's to save face or whether she's just a cry-bully psychopath, but she's claiming that Elon Musk sent out some sort of dog whistle that led to threats against her and her family. Now, this is a tactic as old as the internet. If you don't like what someone says or does, claim they're harassing you. Claim they're driving hordes of crazed internet users to your doorstep. It's fucking lame and pathetic. I can believe that she got some threats, because I've gotten threats. Everyone gets threats. It's the internet. You don't take them seriously. And she doesn't elaborate as to specifically what this dog whistle was, apart from the fact that Elon called her a censorship commissar.
He described you in somewhat personal terms, I suppose, Australia's censorship commissar.
Now here's where the story gets funny. You might recall another video I did last month about Billboard Chris. Billboard Chris is a Canadian activist, I want to say. He might not call himself that, but that's what he does. He speaks out publicly about giving kids hormone blockers and stuff. Now Billboard Chris made a comment about an Australian transgender man, Teddy Cook. Now Teddy Cook's social media profiles are just rife with degeneracy. They talk about drug-fueled transgender orgies. There was even implied bestiality on their Instagram page. Now Billboard Chris said Teddy Cook needs psychiatric help, and the E-Safety Commissioner removed his post because it was transphobic, and Billboard Chris is fighting this decision. He thinks it's unfair that his post was taken down, and so do I, quite frankly. Now, as part of his appeal in the Australian Administrative Appeals Tribunal, he was emailed some documents. He was emailed some documents by mistake. Here's his tweet yesterday. More incompetence from Australia's E-Safety Office. They provide me with Teddy Cook's phone number in documents emailed as part of my appeal at the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. Tweet and Jules staff, Julie Inman Grant staff, then realised their privacy breach and sent a panicked email trying to retract the original email. I have no interest in doxing Teddy Cook or in targeting Teddy Cook, so she has nothing to worry about. I would like to see her removed from all responsibility in forming policy for people struggling with trans identification. A woman who promotes illicit drugs, bestiality, bondage and porn, and who thinks children should have body parts cut off because they're born in the wrong body, has no business crafting healthcare policies for kids or adults. As for E-Safety and Julie Inman Grant, perhaps their $42.5 million budget to censor the internet is not enough. They should hire someone to protect their complainants' private info. So here's Julie Inman Grant complaining about being doxed by, I don't know, some unnamed mysterious person on the internet because because of some vague, non-existent dog whistle from Elon Musk, and at the same time, she's releasing phone numbers of e-safety complainants to the person they complained about. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. So this trans man, Teddy Cook, has gone to e-safety and said, "Julie, there's a mean, nasty man from Canada. He says I need psychiatric care and I think that's transphobic. I wish to make a complaint about him." Julie Inman Grant takes her complaint, then sends her fucking phone number to the alleged harasser. Unbelievable.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Now, just quickly, while we're shitting on the e-safety commissioner, I'd just like to highlight this Twitter post from Senator Ralph Babbitt last week. He says this has been banned by the e-safety Commissar. The account which shared it originally has had their post banned in Australia, so I am sharing it. The office of the e-safety Commissar must be shut down, or the powers of the office severely restricted. They should be going after the most egregious of things, like CP, not censoring speech that they do not like. And let's have a look at the video.
In today's edition of Melbourne Doing Melbourne Things, we have a school in Montmorency, that has its own queer club, a primary school, for years 3 to 6. It was signed off by the school's dual principals and it's facilitated by this lady here, Trish Patsy. This is her Facebook page, and this is her Instagram, which looks exactly like I thought it would. But she also has a teaching page. Primary school. Look at this, we've got the pronouns in the bio, we've got the rainbow lanyard, the rainbow... Oh, it's just so... Primary school. Let me make something real clear, Trishy. There is no place for an LGBT club in any school, let alone a primary school. Also, just have a go at a lanyard. But yeah, keep telling yourself it's only happening in America.
Now, Julie, remember, that was posted by Senator Ralph Babbitt. I'm just sharing his post. So if you've got beef, go after the senator. Please, I'd actually love to see that. Anyway, if you want to do something about this lady and her office, I noticed Avi Yemeni's running a petition at the moment called Sack E Karen. Now, I've got nothing to do with it, but if you want to have a look and maybe sign it, go for it. It's at sackekaren.com.
Australia's e-safety commissioner, Julie Inman Grant, has got to go, and we need your help to make it happen by signing and sharing our petition at sackekaren.com. We are calling upon the Australian government to immediately remove Grant from her position as the e-safety commissioner.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure there's going to be updates. There always is. I hope you enjoyed the video, Julie, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta, goodbye.
Recession!